API calls. So like after that point, it's relatively easy for us to onboard a new vendor.
Got it. So at this point, almost some of the technology is almost commoditized.
Like we've basically built a lot of the building blocks in-house, which allow us to swap in and out or add new vendors. That's how I'd put it.
Got it.
Because
that makes sense.
We built the technology to store IDs ourselves, so we don't have to rely on whether the vendor provides storage or not.
Sure. When you say add-on vendors, how many vendors are you using today?
We use, from a fraud KYC perspective, on the order of 15 to 20. And from a strictly identity verification, driver license verification point of view, too.
Okay. So is volume kind of split between the two, almost like, I mean, not an A/B test, that's an imperfect metaphor, but is it kind of split into different channels?
Yeah, the volume is split into different channels. There's a very complex business logic around, which geography do we see one of them perform better than the other, for which payment methods or businesses do we want a stricter fraud control than the other, right? Because one is better at preventing fraud than the other, right? And for which business categories do we need speed, and therefore we use the automated solution over the manual one. So it's basically like a combination of all of those factors, and that business logic keeps evolving and keeps changing, right? But for the most part, like I would say 50-50 split.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And unless they're confidential, would you mind telling us who the vendors are?
Let's see. We do not talk about it publicly, as in we don't have it written publicly as to we are using these vendors, although one of them on their site does have a quote from us, so that is Jumio.
Okay. All right. So one of them is Jumio.
And then the second one as well, I'm trying to recall. Yeah, I mean, I think the second one also has a press release done together with us, and that's Authentic. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Very helpful. Okay.
And then, Soups, just as you kind of think about, these vendors that you use, kind of what potential, other use cases do you kind of see for them, maybe perhaps outside of crypto?
For these identity verification vendors or driver license vendors?
The ID verification vendors.
What use cases? So a lot of, fintech products, challenger banks. Challenger banks are mostly a European phenomenon, but, you see some of them here now, right? Like in Europe, you have Revolut, N26, Monzo. In US, you have Chime. Then marketplaces type products like Airbnb, Uber, Lyft. Wherever you want to establish trust between two parties, right? So then as a platform or as a marketplace platform, you want to have an ID on file for them.
Cool.
Those are the two categories.
That makes sense as well. Unless Laura or Mark have anything else, I think that's most of the questions on my end. This has been really helpful.
Yeah, I think we've covered pretty good ground. Thank you.
Sure thing. Yeah. Cool. So if you don't mind me asking, are you looking into this space from an investment perspective or financing a company perspective? Sorry, investment perspective or
from an investment. Yeah. We a lot of different investors kind of have different approaches. We often will develop theses based on industry headwinds or